Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is your boy J Hood, and you are now tuned into a brand new episode of the Tales from the Hood vlog series. I need everybody to stop what you're doing right this second and go download my new project entitled Self, available right now on all digital streaming platforms. Support the real, support real hip hop, and fuck with your boy. You hear me? Check it. Today's episode, we're going to talk about something that left, a real nasty taste in a lot of hip hop heads' mouths a long time ago. And it's actually something that I regret also, you know what I'm saying? And I don't regret many things in life, but, truthfully speaking, this is one of the things that I do regret, all right? And what that is the dragging of the D blockchain. I'm gonna speak about what led up to that, how I was feeling at the time, and a couple other things, okay? So, firstly, we're going to start with what led up to that actually taking place, okay? All right, so it was a collection of different things, man. First, without really, going too crazy into details and, putting blame on anyone, because that's not what I'm here for and that's not what I'm going to do. Because that's not the mental space that I'm in, so we're not going to do that. But I had found out that money was taken on my behalf from the mother label that we were signed to, which was Koch at the time. My house had burned down, and I went to go visit Koch, and they told me that the guys had came down there and told them that my house burned down and I needed help, and I was told that a $60,000 check was cut on my behalf, and I never seen that money. So when I learned that kind of made me feel a certain way. It was a bunch of other things that was going on at the time as well, and it kind of like kept adding up and building up, you know what I'm saying? So that was just like almost the boiling point, almost the shit that made shit just like tip over the top, you feel me? So end of the day, I asked to be released from the label, and I was having a hard time being released. And a bunch of rumors started circulating around the internet. One specific rumor that really made me feel a certain way was that Sheik had took my D blockchain from me in the studio, and I was like catching a lot of traction online. And I was young at the time, so it really bothered me, you know. On top of that, I was dealing with personal issues with family. I don't know if you guys have anyone with this condition, but I have a younger sister with autism that I had to deal with daily. So that was difficult. That was very difficult. My mother had just beat liver disease, so I was the main provider in the house. I was dealing with, stardom at that young age, the hype, all of that type of shit. So it was a lot for anybody to deal with, especially at the age that I was at. On top of that, I felt betrayed. I felt hurt. I felt backstabbed, and like I said earlier, it was just a collection of different things, man. Just boggled up, and I reacted off emotion. I'll be the first one to say that the way that I handled things was absolutely wrong. You know what I'm saying? When I say I regret it, I'm not regretting it for the reason that the average biased fan would think I'm saying I regret it. I don't regret it because I'm still not with them, or I think I would be further in my career if I wouldn't have did that. I regret it because I dragged the logo of something that I helped create. You know what I'm saying? Something that we all collectively put so much energy into. Something that we made that was appreciated by so many people. I'm not one of these artists that just joined something that was already established. I actually sat there at the table, with the guys, and came up with the idea to build this movement that was so well respected in the streets. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and to be quite frank, at the beginning, it was only me, Sheik, my former manager at the time, and Sheik's best friend. who actually sat down at the table to come up with the idea to start D Block, right? Styles P came up with the name, but it was us that came up with the idea to do it. Styles came up with the name after he came home, so we added the name to it, and then Kiss came aboard afterwards. And but nonetheless, we all collectively came up with the idea to do that, and I contributed to it. So I was a co-founder of that. So me dragging that chain, which was a symbol of our company that we made, is just something that wasn't right at all. You know what I'm saying? Nothing that I would ever be able to say could justify that, because it was just wrong on all levels. And to keep it 1,000 with you, the shit wasn't even supposed to happen. It wasn't even supposed to come out. All right, so the day that it did happen, I took a meeting with 50 probably like a week before that. And not only did I take a meeting with 50, but I took a meeting with like 3 other labels also. But the only one that you guys heard about was the meeting with 50, because that was the meeting that contained shock value. You know what I'm saying? So we was on our way to the 50 concert in the Bronx at this place called Jimmy's Cafe. And I had a cameraman with me. I had a couple of my dudes that was rolling with me also. So we're walking down the block. You know, my plan was to just show the chain on camera, to show people that I still had it, you know, that it was still in my possession, to wipe out the rumor that Sheek had took it. Like I said, originally that was the plan. But when the camera came out and the guy was like, yo, Hood, I heard Sheek took that chain, everything kind of happened off impulse. I showed the chain. I'm like, this shit? And then one of my homeboys was like, yo, we walked them shits. And then, like I said, just off impulse, I started walking it. And, you know, after we left the show that day, I told homeboy, I'm like, listen, don't put that out. You feel me? And he was like, all right, bet, cool. So I'm thinking that he's not going to put it out. Like, I know what I did and I know what transpired, but I'm like, nah, he's not going to put that out. So later on, I get home, you know, I'm thinking about what I did, but I'm like, you know, it ain't coming out, so I'm not worried about it. The next morning, my phone is blowing up. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This shit hit the internet and blew the blog sites up. Every fucking blog that you name had posted this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like World Star, like everybody posted this shit. I'm like, oh man, it's crazy right now. It's lit. I'm getting all type of fucking texts, getting all type of emails, all type of DMs on fucking MySpace. Like, yo, you guys have no idea. It was crazy. So I called homeboy up. I'm like, yo, why would you put that out, man? I just told you, like, don't release that. And he was like, yo, my cousin put it out. It wasn't me. Me knowing that he's lying and shit, I'm like, yo, dog, you bugging, man. Like, so me and homeboy ain't talked for some time after that, because I was actually upset at him for putting that out. Because like I said, it wasn't supposed to come out. But when it did, you know, I couldn't really do nothing, because it is me on camera dragging a chain, even though I told him not to put it out. But it came out, so what the fuck? Like I said, I couldn't do nothing at that point. But, you know, these are guys that, for one, that I looked up to. And when you're a younger guy and you admire, you know, and look up to people that you're around, you mirror them. So I mirrored them in the sense of going at them the way that they went at Puff. Not saying that it was right, you know, but I'm keeping it real with you guys, because this is my platform, so I'm going to tell you guys exactly what was on my mind at the time. So I looked at their situation with Puff. I'm like, if they did this to a person that put them on, you know, not calling them right or wrong either, I'm just, you know, basically making my point, telling you my mindset at that particular moment. I'm like, if they did this to a person that actually put them on and, you know, made a way for them to come out with an album, and these guys didn't let me come out with an album, or didn't put that same energy into me, there's no way that the public would not perceive me in the same way that they perceived them when they did it. And that's the way I was thinking, you know, being young. So I went at them the way that I seen that they went at Puff. You know, which was a wrong move. You know, everything just could have been handled so much differently, and a lot of that shit should have never happened. You feel me? Like we should have been able to speak about things civilly and in a civilized manner. And I don't regret my choice of leaving, but I regret the fashion that I left in. You know what I'm saying? And the way that I drug the chain, because not only did they not deserve that, regardless if I felt like they was wrong, it don't matter how wrong they was, they didn't deserve that, and the fans didn't deserve to see that happen. But I acted off emotion because, like I said, I was emotional at the time. I was hurt. I was frustrated. I felt betrayed, and there was a lot of things that I was feeling. I'm like, yo, these are guys that I sat here and put countless hours, days, and years into building something with, and they're mismanaging me. They're in my mind, they're mistreating me, and they're not giving me what I feel like I deserve. I've been patient. I've been loyal. I've been everything that you could ask of a person. And they're not doing the things that they're supposed to do, and now they won't even let me out of my contract. See, that's the misconception that everybody had also. They like, yo, he's beefing with them because they didn't put his album out. That wasn't the issue, you know what I'm saying? Like, first and foremost, we had two different deals, right? Each deal was structured the same way. The first time we obtained the deal was with Universal Motown Records. That deal was structured for a Chic and a J Hud album. They wanted both. They didn't want one without the other, so and in layman's terms, they wouldn't have took the Luch album without the Hood album. They wouldn't have took the Hood album without the Chic album. They wanted everything together as a whole. All right, the next deal that we got was with Koch, and it was the same thing, structured the same exact way. They wanted a Luch and Hood album. So I was part of the reason why we was able to get those deals. So I'm like, yo, I put in all this work alongside these guys, and you guys didn't make money off of me because I never got to come out with a project. And we all know what took place behind closed doors, and you guys are still not going to let me out of my contract. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I have people that want to sign me, they're interested in me, they know the situation that I'm having at home, you know what I'm saying? And they're still being spiteful and just holding me in my contract until nobody will be interested in me anymore. And me just knowing that shit crushed me, man. That shit made me feel some way. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I know a lot of people that's viewing this that dislike me and are just biased fans that will never look at things realistically, because being a fan of an artist that you love, it kind of makes you blind to reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you say something that goes against what a person thinks about their favorite artist, it kind of shatters the illusion that they have of that person. But I'm keeping it real. Like, they just didn't, things wasn't done correctly, man. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like they could have handled things differently, and the outcome would have been different. You know what I'm saying? But I reacted the way I reacted, and you guys seen what happened. I drug the chain, and to this day I think about it, I'm like, damn, man, I should have just whacked, because we had more good times than we had bad times. That's what's so ill, right? But the bad times just overshadowed the good times in the eye of the public. You know what I'm saying? Like, specifically on the internet, we had way more good times than bad times. I post a lot of pictures of us from the earlier 2000s on a lot of my social media accounts from time to time. Well, basically on Throwback Thursdays or Throwback Tuesdays or something like that, just to show the day one fans that, listen, I still remember them days that when we were starting out and we made what we made during these times, because those were classic times that nobody could take from either of us. You know what I'm saying? That time cannot be recreated, or it can't be duplicated or nothing like that. So I post them type of pictures. It's not to say that I'm trying to ask for a reunion or nothing like that, because I never once asked them for a reunion. I never put the idea out there. I never said it publicly. I never went to them with it. It's nothing like that. I just like to post shit from time to time just to show, the newer crowd or people that wasn't too familiar with me that, listen, this is the era that I came from, and this is the cloth that I'm cut from. And something that a lot of you guys don't know is a lot of people that hang with them, they still are in contact with me on a daily. They follow me. We speak regularly. And it's a lot that you guys just don't know, man. After all this took place, I was able to even, I spoke to all of them. Like, I went up to all of them and I apologized one by one, individually. I spoke about this on the Queen's Flip interview that I did some time ago. They apologized to me because, like I said, it's not about placing blame and pointing fingers, but we both was wrong in the situation. We all could have handled things way differently. And I explained that to them when I seen them. And they told me that day, and they continue to tell me anytime that I come in contact with them, yo, come by the lab, man, come check niggas. You feel me? Come see niggas. But, I'm not gonna lie to you. I never go by the lab. Like, I try to keep my distance because even though it's all good, everything is all love, the energy is just a bit different because we spend so much time away from one another. And I'll be doing my own thing anyway, so it's like not a priority of mine. But I could go there anytime that I want. You feel me? I still got that open invitation. And another thing people might say is, yo, he's trying to do this because he probably ain't doing good, or he probably fucked up. No, I'm good. I'm in a great position. I own 2 companies. I own a nonprofit organization also. I'm blessed. I'm still able to make 5 figures a year, and I've been doing so for the last 15 years. I'm not a millionaire, nothing like that, but I'm financially good. I'm cool. I got a condo and etc. So I'm not out here balling crazy, but I'm straight. You feel me? But I love them dudes, man. I'm not gonna sit here in front like I don't, cause they big brothers to me. The niggas taught me a lot. We've been through a lot, and I always appreciate them and everything that they done for a nigga. Nobody can ever take that away. And when the things happened, I was young, and I wasn't able to view things with a clear lens because I was blinded by emotion and the different things that I was feeling during that time. You know what I'm saying? And that's just that's the reality of things. So I just wanted to give you guys a little, backstory on exactly how things took place and why they took place. So now you guys know a little bit more than you knew before. Okay? Till next time. Tales from the Hood.